What's going on? Brian Tong here, and we've got the latest iPhone 15 Pro details, new reveals for Apple's mixed reality headset, a whole lot of those, and the 15-inch MacBook Air, plus more. But we're going to start with the iPhone 15 Pro and one of its new features on the 15 Pro Max. Well, that's expected to be the first Periscope camera on an iPhone. With the Periscope lens, you've got light that's absorbed by the image sensor, and then it's bent, and this design fits into the body of a smartphone. That's going to help bring in a more credible optical zoom of potentially 5x or 6x according to reports. Now, the current best on an iPhone belongs to the 14 Pro at up to 3x optical zoom, which is not that great, while Android phones from Google, Huawei, and Samsung, they've been doing it already with a 5x to 10x optical zoom. Now, Samsung's had a 10x zoom since the S21 Ultra, and that was 3 phones ago. Ugh. Now, Digitimes reports Apple is likely to add a second supplier for this new Periscope lens, and it's believed that in the future, both the iPhone 16 Pro models will use a Periscope lens similar to the one that will be exclusively used in this year's 15 Pro Max. Now, if you've been following this, there's been a whole bunch of back and forth with the iPhone 15 Pro's volume buttons. Well, you know what? Now we're talking about buttons here, right? Not a phone that we all work hard for and save up for and spend our hard-earned money for. Not a phone, we're talking buttons. Now, according to Ming-Chi Kuo, his latest report now says that the iPhone 15 Pro models will no longer feature the rumored solid-state buttons. That's due to technical issues before mass production. And the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max will also not feature the unified volume button that has been rumored for at least the last few weeks either. Now, instead, it will reportedly retain the similar 2-button design that's found on the iPhone 14 Pro models. So there will still be a change, though, with that mute switch, which will no longer be a switch, what is being referred to as a ringer button or an action button. Reports claim it could also be a customizable button with different functionality similar to the Apple Watch Ultra. Now, a leaker on Twitter also adds that powering down your phone will no longer be a combination of the power and volume button, but the power button and the action button pressed together instead. Also, this action button will reportedly replace the volume button for taking pictures in the camera app, and then you can do a lighter press for autofocus, do a hard press to take a picture, and a hard long press to record video. And if true, that would make it a whole lot more interesting and just bring a new element to the iPhone that we'd all welcome. I mean, I'd love that because for most of us, our phones are our cameras. Now, reports say Apple does have iPhone 15 Pro concept models in-house with this solid-state buttons that were rumored and the unified volume button design. They will be used internally for now for testing in hopes that they make it to the iPhone 16 Pro. Okay, a new rumor from a Weibo account that accurately predicted the new iPhone 14 color would be yellow, right? That mid-life cycle color. Well, it's now claiming that the standard iPhone 15 and 15 Plus will have a frosted glass-like backing similar to Pro models this year. Now, it would make them look more similar to the iPhone 15 Pro lineup, but again, it's only going to be the Pro models that will be getting this all-new titanium frame and then slightly thinner bezels to differentiate them from one another. We're also still expecting to get a new faster A17 Bionic chip inside, an all-new titanium frame like we talked about, a USB-C port instead of a Lightning port, the new Periscope lens for the iPhone 15 Pro Max only, and slightly thinner display bezels. But there will probably still be changes before we see the official announcement when Apple announces it in the fall, and that's when you can actually use the word official. All right, let's take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, ESR. ESR is a leading brand of mobile accessories from cases to chargers, and they are leveling up MagSafe with the ESR Halo Lock System. Their Halo Lock System also features Cryo Boost that's in their 3-in-1 wireless charger or their wireless car charger. Wireless charging's biggest problem is heat, so when it detects a MagSafe connection has been made, ESR's Halo Lock System with Cryo Boost creates a constant flow of cooling air over your phone using heat dissipating components to give it the optimal charge. Now, they've also combined 3 products into one with the Power Bank Wallet. That's a wallet with a stand with a power bank. That's slick. Or the Geo Wallet. That's the world's first MagSafe wallet with Find My that locks onto your phone with stronger magnets and is a stand. It supports real-time location tracking while Apple only remembers where it was separated from the user's phone at that time. Now, the classic kickstand case with Halo Lock has an adjustable kickstand that also acts as a camera guard, and their Cyber Armor Tough case with Halo Lock has a strong magnetic lid, a shock-absorbing case design, and strong magnets to align AirPods with MagSafe chargers. Level up your MagSafe with Halo Lock to provide a better MagSafe experience. You can click the links at the top of the video description for 10% off using the code ESRMagSafe on Amazon. ESR, tech made easier. Okay, back to the stories, and the talk around Apple's headset keeps on getting hotter. You know, I broke down a lot of the features that have been reported mostly by Bloomberg's Mark Gurman in my last video, and he's dropped a whole lot more new information, with Apple planning to unveil its AR/VR mixed reality headset at WWDC in June. Now, Gurman reports that Apple is working to create new and unique app experiences to get people interested in the headset, which is a good idea. And, you know, Apple is working on dedicated gaming, sports, wellness, and collaboration apps for the device. Now, according to the report, Apple's planning to adapt iPad apps for the headset with access to the existing App Store through a new 3D interface for the device. Apps you're familiar with, like Safari, Calendar, Contacts, Home, Files, Messages, Notes, Photos, Music, you know, all of that and more of the key built-in apps will be optimized for this headset, with multiple apps being able to run at one time, and there will be a geolocation feature where it can actually swap between apps when the user is in different rooms. So think of maybe apps in a workspace to then your living room for gaming and entertainment, and then maybe to your bedroom. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure there won't be apps like that. I mean, it is Apple, but there will be a version of FaceTime for video conferencing, and that's gonna generate 3D versions of users in virtual meeting rooms to make people feel like they are talking in a shared room. And there will be an Apple TV app, of course. Apple's planning to let users watch video in different virtual environments like the desert or the sky. Okay, I guess. And we've heard Apple's been working with movie producers, so if they can create these really unique interactive experiences at a high fidelity that no one has with its rumored lenses and the clarity there, it could be one of its selling points. Now, Apple Books will allow users to read in virtual reality. I do still like real books. Apple's also testing a camera app to take pictures from the headset, and there will be wellness features to meditate, to calming graphics, sounds, and voiceovers. But wait, there's more. According to Gurman, Apple's also working on a version of its Fitness Plus service for the headset to watch instructors and exercise in VR. Now, I use Supernatural. It's on the Meta Quest 2, and it's an incredible and fun interactive workout. I mean, it's a completely unique experience that isn't just watching an instructor in a VR world, but for me, if reports are true that you're gonna have to attach a battery pack that you need to put in your pocket or clip onto you, that's gonna take away a lot of the natural mobility and freedom that I'm used to if I'm gonna work out with any kind of headset on. And we know maybe, hey, the headset will be extremely light, but I'm not so sure about that until I see it. Now, the Fruit company is also developing a version of its freeform collaboration app for the headset, and this could really be interesting if enough people use it as a tool to work on virtual whiteboards together in mixed reality. Obviously, Apple's own employees would be first. But here, the end goal, when we look at all these things, it's obviously for this to be a slimmed down version of the headset to eventually replace the iPhone, but we know that that is years and years away. I'm just looking to see if that they can give us things that at least point us to their vision of what they believe the future of this and more will be like. We also know Apple wants to offer viewing sports in an immersive way. They've already secured the rights to air games for Major League Baseball. You've got Major League Soccer exclusively on Apple TV. They also acquired VR company NextVR that does events back in 2020, and they have specialized in these live events in VR for years, and I've seen it for a while. I mean, there's just something special about their experiences, where they place the cameras, at concerts, at sporting events, and this could be another feature that the Apple headset offers. Now, if you want to get work done, well, the entire Apple suite with Pages, Numbers, and Keynote, as well as iMovie and GarageBand will have apps, and that sounds kind of badass, like editing in VR. I'm imagining it like Minority Report, but okay, maybe not, but maybe it is. I mean, I don't know. Plus, the headset will focus on gaming, even that wasn't an initial major part of the plans, but you've really got to have a few killer game entertainment-like experiences, and showcasing this all at WWDC will really be Apple's chance to lure developers in. We know there will be no controllers. You'll be using your eyes and hand gestures to control and navigate the user experience. But from a content standpoint, it does sound more interesting after all of these details that were reported by Mark Gurman. And he's been breaking so much information around the headset that no one else has. So now that we know all of that, does it change your mind about the Apple headset at all? Even at its still rumored $3,000 price point? I mean, maybe you're saying, that's kind of interesting. I know I am, but let's put aside that price for a moment, okay? Could the Apple headset actually be good? And the answer is that, of course, it can be, and maybe it actually is better than good, because reputable leaker Evan Blass says a person who has demoed the headset multiple times recently told him that over the last few months, the tester has gone from lamenting this headset for its underwhelming capabilities and now being blown away by the experience and hardware. Wait, hold on. Did you hear that? Oh, there it is. All aboard the Apple headset hype train. Who's jumping on? Okay, I'm kidding, but I'm not. I mean, look, I have no real idea what it's gonna be like, and none of us do, but the tester said that the leap they've made since late last year is giant. I was so skeptical. Now I'm blown away in a take my money kind of way. Okay, those are big words. I don't think everyone has $3,000 to just give away, but I'm sure the truth maybe lies somewhere in between there for most people, but that's why I'm still excited to see what Apple can show us in June, and I think it's one of those first looks that you absolutely have to be there in person, and observing it from the outside world, from being there, might make a difference, but I promise you, I won't drink the Kool-Aid. I'm just gonna let it all come to me. Now, we also talked about seeing the new 15-inch MacBook Air at WWDC 23, and all signs point to that still happening at the moment, but don't expect an M3 chip on the more powerful and efficient 3nm process to be inside it anymore, because Ming-Chi Kuo reports it's still months away, and the M3 will be entering production in the second half of 2023. It'll be slightly ahead of the M3 Pro and the M3 Max chips, but it won't make it in time to be in the 15-inch Air. Now, Kuo adds that the new 15-inch Air will be configurable with 2 variants of the M2 chip, and according to him, there will be no M2 Pro option, but instead, the 15-inch will offer an M2 with an 8-core GPU option and a 10-core GPU option. So that's similar to what the 13-inch MacBook Air did, and that machine, that is no slouch. And it's still arguably the best Apple laptop for most people today. Okay, let's take it to the smart home, and Apple's HomePod gets an update. The sound recognition feature has now been added and can detect activated smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors. No other sounds yet, but it will send you a notification on your iPhone, iPad, or Apple Watch, and you can set this up in the Home app on an Apple device. Now, this feature works with the recently released 2nd-gen HomePod, the HomePod Mini, and the original HomePod as well. Yes, so no one is getting left out. And then also the new Nest thermostat from 2020. Okay, new, but the recent 2020 Nest thermostat, that's finally getting Apple HomeKit support right now with Matter support. So that means you can control it through the Apple Home app and Siri on the iPhone and other devices. This is an automatic over-the-air update from Google that's rolling out right now, but this is the only Nest thermostat getting support up to this point, and none of the older ones. I mean, Google says that they are exploring adding Matter support to older Nest thermostats, but no word on if it's gonna happen, so maybe, hopefully, this is a good sign moving forward. All right, everybody, that is gonna do it for this video. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my latest videos when they drop. And if you want more of that Apple goodness, you can make sure to check out my weekly Apple Bits XL audio podcast to get the latest deep dive with all these stories and new ones every week with special guests. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.